इस पीड़ादायक और अपमानजनक अनुभव ने उन्हें भीतर ही भीतर रंग भेद के खिलाफ संघर्ष करने के लिए प्रेरित किया। उन्होंने वहीं प्रतिज्ञा की कि वे हर अन्याय के खिलाफ लड़ेंगे, रंग भेद का मुकाबला करते हुए उसे मिटाएंगे। इस संकल्प
Good evening. This is the Rajdhani channel of All India Radio Delhi, broadcasting on medium wave 450.5 meters, corresponding to 666 kilohertz. Welcome to the evening transmission, Sanj Thale. We begin this transmission with comments from the press.
This is All India Radio. You will now hear comments from the press. The Asian Age, in its editorial title, Has Poll Commission Been Strictly Neutral? Says the neutrality of the Election Commission (EC) should never be allowed to be questioned. If too many queries are flying around on events that may seem to favor one party over any other, it is the credibility of free and fair elections that will be at stake. Not only is it the job of Election Commission of India to present a level playing ground for all parties, including the ruling group and the major opposition parties, but must also be proactive in securing that level playing field. The role of the current Chief Election Commissioner and his team has been somewhat suspect in this regard, as a trail of events and allegations seems to suggest. Rulings in tricky issues like whether official machinery was used in any way in the announcement of anti-satellite missile launch or the frequent conduct of income tax raids on politicians and their aides are either peremptorily arrived at or skirted altogether. Over time, all institutions may progressively fall from high standards like the one set by a few heading them, such as T.N. Session. His nickname of Alsatian fit his role as the watchdog of fair polls, making the correct use of sweeping powers of an independent EC. The apprehension now is about panel becoming a pet dog of ruling forces rather than standing up as a neutral umpire, facilitating fair play. The objection to greater use of voter-verified paper audit trail or VVPAT may be based on logistical difficulties leading to delay in the counting process. However, should the EC not be expanded, the VVPAT slip verification process to cover a far greater percentage of polling segments in order to be seen as fair and to satisfy doubting minds. If the standalone electronic voting machines EVMS are a pride of the nation with their tamper-proof image, then it stands to reason that they would pass with flying colours any test of their functioning, even in a real poll situation, rather than an experiment in hacking them. The Asian Age, in its editorial title, Hardik Patel ruling raises brows, writes the law is said to be blind, but those dispensing justice are sometimes said to be blindsided by circumstance or struck by woodenness. This comes to mind in the case of the young firebrand Gujarat Patidar leader Hardik Patel, who recently joined the Congress party and was hoping to be a candidate for the Lok Sabha polls from the Jamnagar constituency in Saurashtra. On Friday, the Gujarat High Court rejected his application for a stay on his conviction in a 2015 rioting case in Visnagar in the course of the Patidar agitation. In 2017, Mr. Patel was convicted by a local court. The High Court's decision will stun many, according to a tally last year by Association for Democratic Reforms. 1,580 MLAs and MPs face criminal charges. They are yet to be convicted, of course, by the ongoing case against many of them are for heinous crimes that they resort to appeals to keep the ball in play. The Sunday Statesman, in its editorial title, simply shocking, writes, it would be lethally incendiary to delve into religion-linked terrorism during the election season, nor can any comfort be drawn by drawing parallels between the disgraceful conduct of Delhi police during massacre of the Sikh community in November 1984 and the National Investigation Agency's mishandling of the case over the death of 68 people in the blast in Samjhauta Express in 2007. Both remain disturbing. Yet every citizen who has reposed a faith and trust in the rule of law will be quivering ruling over the observations of the special NIA court in Panchkula that only a few days back ordered the acquittal of all the accused in the bombing of the train that took a toll heavier than the suicide car bomber in Pulwama. The Sunday Statesman, in its editorial titled Insecurity of Dress, writes the irony could scarcely have been more bitter, even more cruel. The distinguished economist Jean Dress, who had choreographed the Food Security Act on Thursday, detained for 2 hours at a police station in Jharkhand. The insult can hardly shore up the standing of the government in a state that has wallowed in the mire of poverty, backwardness and political instability ever since its creation close to 2 decades ago. It beggars belief that his scheduled public presentation on food security was deemed by the police as unauthorized